Alrighty, we've got another session of Vecna, Eve of Ruin, but currently we are in the Death House in lovely Barovia. But before we get too far into our recaps and bringing you guys back into the misty, clouded landscape, why don't we get a bit of an introduction of who we got at the table?
Hi, I'm Caitlin, and I'm playing Vass. Vass is a devilishly handsome tiefling bard rogue who has found himself once again stumbling across the multiverse. This week's fun fact about Vass is he had somewhat of a rival when he was growing up in Neverwinter, Ulrich Rutherford. Ricky used to hang out with Vass's crew until he started stealing Vass's song lyrics and trying to pass them off as his own, the cheap hack. But Ricky never had the chops to deliver them the way they were intended. So not only is he a filthy thief, but he didn't even do Vass's stolen goods justice. He took them and ruined them. Vass's writing has gotten much better since then, so he can have them.
Alright.
Hi, I'm Stefan. I'm playing Hugh DeVere, a dashing and delightful and daring flamboyant swordsman. Uh, Today's fun fact for Hugh is that he is not entirely clear what a vampire is. He knows he's undead. If there's something to do with bats, beyond that, kind of unclear. They don't have them where it comes from.
It's so funny because Hugh has met a vampire, but I don't think Hugh knew that she was a vampire. Oh my goodness.
Who I think wasn't there one in like the place where we were at the beginning of the Eve of Ruin?
Yep,
Like
wasn't
There was
Tell was undead. Wasn't clear what the other outfit it was.
there was
Seemed like
yeah,
and
it's
she was
all
like
undead.
I'm like a merchant or something.
no, there was that's not the one that I'm thinking of. There was a
Oh, I
vampire.
know. You're thinking of the one, the really cool character whose name I can't remember
Uh
in Dragonlance.
yeah. So that's two vampires you guys met. And a whole bunch of spawn. Uh so I don't know that they lasted very long. Alright, that leaves one introduction left for now.
I am Ronald, and I am playing a character known as Romulus. There we go. I knew my own character's name.
Gotta cycle through them all, right?
I don't know what you're talking about. I only played one character. Yes. He is a Kala sorcerer who's just trying to make his way through the multiverse, one bounty at a time, and maybe find a nice chill place to call home.
Settle down with the halfling.
What? Maybe.
All right.
Never say never.
Uh, we do have another player joining us later on. That is Clay, who plays Sula, our hobgoblin monk, warrior of shadow. But between now and then, we can do a little bit of a recap. So, in your efforts to find the next piece of the rod of seven hearts, you were brought to the death house, and you made your way through, finding a strange, though perhaps sometimes frustratingly proud ally in the oldest Inquisitor of Samsaka. You've done battle with cultists and with vampire beasts and living suits of armor, uh, as well as a chandelier that also happened. All sorts of interesting and fun things. You move through the different levels all the way up to the attic, where you found a hidden stairwell that brought you into the dungeons beneath the Death House. It was in these dungeons that you first found your newest ally in the form of Zula. You fought against some massive, shambling mound plant monsters, and you found the cultists and their unfortunate sacrifice of the housemaid Vegeta. While you were able to remove the rod piece, it was not before the strange impaler fiend had been summoned from the pool of blood. You defeated it for now, though it is likely to come back. And not only that, you have another visitor entered the house. One that the presence runs through the bones of this house into the very roots of the foundation and the land it sits upon. Lestrade Vanzarovich is now in Death House. Though you have not seen him, the air is chilled in his presence. The light now unnatural. Purple flames within the torches on sconces and perhaps elsewhere. But it is now time for you all to decide what you will do. As Romulus, you had made that showy flash of a fireball. You felt the presence of Strahd, and now you are rejoined with your companions, the body of Brigitta, amongst the group, and the pool of blood with that pulsing stake echo on the ground still there. What would you guys like to do?
I would like to down my superior potion.
Probably smart.
Yeah, I get 26 back. And I guess I also downed the one regular healing potion I have as well.
If you want to.
Uh, I wasn't doing too good there, guys.
Yeah, been there.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
This guy.
No, he wouldn't.
All right. So, how are the cult leaders looking?
They were roughed up by the time that you got out, but that was just moments before Strut arrived. So I mean, if you want to stay back there and pick them off, you're most of the cult is done for. But now I would say that
Yeah, I'm not worried about it. I was mostly worried about the cult leaders. I mean, I'm assuming are they still
now they're
they're still
just
crying out for Strahd?
now they're just he is the land, he is the ancient. They want Senpai Strut to notice them.
Broken recording.
Yeah,
All
100%.
right.
Normal cult chanting and what.
And can you remind me The person that I don't think we saved because I think she's dead, but the corpse we retrieved had the stake in her, but it was the rod piece.
The rod
Then there's
piece.
also a glowing stake that was in the
So
chest of the
yes, the
the undying impaler or whatever he was called.
yeah, the relentless impaler. So you've got the ceremonial stake, which is the rod piece that was inside of the nursemaid, um, who is unfortunately dead.
Shit, it was the nursemaid.
Yeah.
I don't know if I knew that from last time. Uh-oh.
Well, you know now.
I know now. Okay. That sucks.
uh, so I thought I had been shared. If it hadn't, that's on me. And now well, you guys know.
I mean, you said it last time.
Okay.
Okay.
There was just a lot going on, I believe. So, um, but
My bad.
you're good. Uh, but yes, there was a glowing echo in the same sort of shape as the rod piece that was in the relentless impaler, and that echo is still glowing in the pool of blood. But it is incorporeal. It just kind of is there. It's like a visual reminder that you might have a time clock on a reappearance.
Did we
Then
learn
don't
how to
how do
make
we
sure he
permanently
didn't come
kill it?
back?
You did learn how to permanently destroy it. You have to destroy the impaler while the ceremonial stake is removed from the body it spawned from.
Okay. So
Okay.
can I just like sorceress burst it and like catch it on fire enough to
Well, right now it's just a
destroy the
puddle.
body?
It's just a puddle of blood right now. So
Ah, okay.
there's
Okay,
no
can I,
body to destroy.
burn? Can I burn the blood away?
Unfortunately, not. Go ahead, take a long
um,
rest and wait. There will be, things that happen. You might see a relentless impaler. You might not. One way to find out.
nah, I'm good. I'll
Is
let
it
that
gonna come
kill.
after us? Was that something else we learned too? Or that it just reconstitutes?
Uh,
So yeah, we have to kill it
it would come after you again,
now.
we believe. Well, there's nothing to
Okay.
kill right now.
No, no, no. I meant like now that we've removed it from
Yes.
the corpse.
Yeah.
If it came back after us, we would have to kill it then to kill it permanently.
Right.
Is what I've gathered. Okay. Well, I don't feel like standing around for this thing to reconstitute, and I'm tired of hearing their voices, and I'm not wasting another spell on those wastes of life.
I think I would very much like to leave before the guy that just entered the house gets down here.
Yeah. Uh, just heading towards the exit, I guess.
There's the trap door we found that led up into a room near the front entrance.
Yeah. Uh, it came out the I guess the was it the foyer?
The
It was
den.
like the room that had the wolves, the stuffed
Yeah.
wolves in it.
Yeah, you did find that.
I probably bring up the map.
That might help.
Okay. Guess we are leaving. Leave the stairs come out here, right?
So yeah, that's where your stairs come out is right there.
And I believe the secret passageway was here.
That is correct.
Uh, which brought us somewhere over here, right?
Right there.
Yeah.
I'll follow the leader.
Don't call me that.
All right. Yeah, as you step into the wolf's den here, much like the area in the dungeons below, uh, the room is now lit in this glowing sort of purple indigo light from the fires and the lanterns and candles. It's eerie.
Uh, well, the front door is right there. We can totally leave. Is the door locked?
Oh, so you go through the door?
What, this door right here?
The exit
Or is
from
this
the
door?
room? Leave the room?
Yeah, I will take the blunt of the damage or whatever that's about to happen.
As Romulus steps through the doorway, it's almost as if he steps through mist and just disappears.
Again?
Romulus moves through
Runs
the
after him.
and Hugh also disappears.
Where the hell is everyone going? Vass is a little bit frozen.
Uh,
Does it sound
and I
like they're
noticed
still out there?
No. For Hugh and Romulus, we'll come back to you with where you ended up.
Vass swears an infernal. And he tries to stealthily, resignedly walk through the door.
And with that, Vas, you too disappear from sight. Unsure if Zula follows after you. But as we move here, let's here. And inspirations. You do find yourself within a building, though it is not the same foyer you that you would normally walk into leaving out of the den, as you've done time before. Instead, find yourself somewhere else. It's different from the house, more regal, as you are at the end of this impossibly long wooden dining table, this stone keep surrounding you. The plates are gilded. The cutlery is exquisite, and there are goblets of blood red wine set out before you. And at the other end of this table, a tall, pale man wearing regal red garb, the raven colored hair comes to a prominent widow's peak upon his brow. He smiles menacingly as he raises his goblet in a toast in your direction. Welcome, my guests. May you find the eternal hospitality of Strahd von Zarovich to your liking. Should at any point you wish to leave, simply find me at Paris.
Stu bows his head politely and he says, "Hail, my lord."
Is that all Hugh does?
And
There's no reason not to observe the proper courtesies.
I'm just asking.
Letting everyone else do their group be polite if they're so choose.
Vass remains quiet and he's trying to act fine, but he is mildly terrified.
Stu puts one and two together and surreptitiously moves forward to be between Barb and Bath. And
I don't get to
covers
do a
it by
roll to see if I'm convincing in the fact that I'm fine.
Sure, if you want. Performance.
Performance.
Yeah, performance.
I'm good at those. That's a 29.
Yeah, you seem to be holding your own here.
I
in
look
that
cool
case,
as a cucumber.
Stu would not deprive his friend of the opportunity to be brave. So he's now just letting him Bath stand between him and the guy over there.
I will use my uh channel divinity
Uh-huh.
to try to divine sense.
Okay. Let me just look at something real quick. Okay. All right. Something happened here. It's different than what you've normally experienced when you utilize this divine connection. As your awareness stretches out, the sort of distortion of how impossibly long this table seems, you don't quite reach this visage of a host through your magic, but there is a aura around the goblets that are set in front of each of your party members. You can't tell if it's fiendish, celestial, but it is something that your divine connection is alerting you.
And Strahd's like raising a toast to us.
Strahd raising a toast in your direction.
Um, can I pick up the glass and like inspect it, or I don't know?
Yeah, if you'd like to do so. Would you like to do like a medicine check to see if it's poisoned or something? Or would you like to do an
Yeah, fuck it,
investigation?
I got a +1 in investigation. I'll take my chances with that.
Okay.
9. Can't tell shit.
It is a. It looks to be a rich blood red wine. It smells of uh, a lovely floral fragrance. The hints of chocolate and the grape coming through. It is a lovely goblet, rich in style as well.
I cautiously raise my glass to him and like I take like the smallest sip. Um, I don't. I know. I say I don't want to come across as enemies or anything. We Your hospitality is nice, but it's imperative that we leave.
Okay. Uh,
I
Vance,
need
do
to
you
roll
do
something or
anything?
like a constitution or
Don't worry about
oh,
Bass was
oh,
going to try and pretend, make it look like he took a drink, but he's not drinking it.
He takes a drink without any concern because he's counting on his magic items to protect him.
that. Okay.
I don't know if that's another performance roll or a deception roll to make. I want Strahd to think I drank it.
Okay. Deception check to make Strahd think you drink it.
26.
Okay. It looks believable. For those of you that did drink it, the wine is thick. And while delicious, there is a metallic taste on the back end, cloys in the mouth. As you drink, and even the smallest sip affects you, Romulus, you're speaking, but your vision becomes red slowly until it is faded. And for Vass, who did not drink, all you see is now Hugh and Romulus passed out, much the same as Zula is in the chairs.
Oh, my poison immunity doesn't affect that?
Nope, this isn't a poison.
Okay.
Bass is angry and he's going to speak towards Strahd, but because he's angry, he's speaking infernal. So I don't know if Strahd will be able to understand or not, but he'll say, "What did you do to them?"
Strahd is still just holding out the chalice in his hands.
This is gonna hold up his glass. He's gonna toast Strahd, and then he's just gonna dump it onto the floor.
Okay. Do you do anything else after that?
I'm gonna ignore Strahd and try and see if I can rouse my friends. I try and like shove Hugh's shoulder a little bit, shake him, see if I can get him to wake up.
As you go to shove Hugh, your hand presses through him as if he is a lunch. And that's when you hear the clatter of the goblet at the other end of the table as Strahd's form has shifted. No longer the regal and cordial host. This swarm of bats flies over right to you, Vass, and swarms around you. And it seems to grow larger and larger, and you will take 7 points of piercing damage. Do you do anything in response to
Oh,
this?
can I hellishly rebuke that?
Unfortunately, I mean, you can, but I'm going to be a gracious DM until you perhaps you want to save that spell slot.
It's my once a day one. But okay. Save it. Consider it though.
You do. However, this swarm does not seem to lighten up so quickly. That's going to be another 4 points of piercing damage, as again, it's just this maelstrom of bats and something else. Roll for me a perception roll, please.
18?
You don't hear it at first. First, you only hear, of course, the chittering of the bats, the flapping of their wings, the impact of them against your own armor as you take another 5 points of piercing damage, but then you hear it clearly. A deep laughter. Chuckle. It rumbles through you as a thunderous echo. And every one of you would hear that as you all wake up. And you wake up still in the dungeons. You are knelt next to this well in the area that you had seen the cultists' living symptoms in. You are parched. Absolutely parched. Just going to move you all over there on the map.
I'm gonna try and do something else to the bats, but I guess it's a moot point now.
So, you all wake up, most of you, for the better of wear, some of you a little more out of it.
Okay, that sucked.
You
You said
guys
what?
passed out.
He isn't obeying the laws of hospitality.
I've had better days.
Oh,
You
Drew
guys
is back
drank
on speaking terms.
up
I'm just kidding.
and you passed out.
Daggers. Staring daggers.
Yeah, no, I did my divine sense. I couldn't sense if it was fiendish or anything. I don't really have detect poison. I just took a simple sip of it, not a lot. I wasn't expecting it for it to be whatever it is that strong.
I didn't drink any of it. It looked like you guys passed out, but when I tried to like shake you awake, like y'all were an illusion. Then he turned into a bunch of bats and bit me a few times, and then I woke up here. So I don't know what's
Oh.
going on. I don't know why we're back here. I don't know how we get out of this fucking house.
Well, something's bothering me when with the way he said it. It's like he said, "Come find him," but he was sitting there. If we wanted to leave, that's what he said, right? Beck?
Find me and ask, yeah.
So was that even him?
Who knows?
I don't think so.
Gotta work in your poker face better, Beck.
I don't need
Smile
to.
too hard.
Look, my smile causes the same amount of fear in my players. It's okay.
I don't think he was really there. I think he's toying with us. It's what he does.
You've had run-ins with this guy before.
I very specifically haven't. In so many words. I was in this land for an indeterminate period of time, but I spent it hiding in the woods so that I wouldn't be on that guy's radar.
Okay.
I didn't have the abilities I have now. I wasn't skilled with these and emotions to his scimitars.
Gotcha. All right. I'm forming a plan. I'm hopefully we don't have to deal with any more weird teleportation. And if we can find him, I'm hoping we don't have to have a fight. As much as I want to uh, throw down with an undead, uh, it's been a day.
I think we can take him.
I have all the confidence in the world of my abilities and everyone here. I just don't have to have a fight. Don't need to have a fight. With him being
All
the
right.
lord, with him being the lord of the land and all ancient, as they say. Uh, I would have preferred to fight him with, all with my full strength. Um, but getting reorientated where we are, I remember the exit, where the exit is, and I guess try one more time. Go up the stairs because this was the entrance right here, right? To
Yeah,
get down here
that's
originally.
how you came down.
Okay. Uh,
But yeah, right up there. And do the rest of you follow after Romulus's footsteps?
Yeah, I don't want to be apart from. I don't want us to be apart from each other in this house.
Yep.
I guess that means, Zula, you're taking up the rear.
Yep.
Right. You make it up the secret staircase and into the storage room with all the shrouds over the furniture. And when you step out of this room into the main attic space, you would see a familiar figure there. Sarsanda stands here in the middle of the room. And you would notice that her shoulders are slumped. What I want. Yes. Beneath her armor, which is now grown grimy with the time in the death house, you see dark circles underlining weary eyes. She doesn't turn to face you, but instead she holds a finger towards your direction, indicating silence. And then there is chaos. The door in front of her bursts open, and 3 figures come up the stairs. Where are my tokens? As they arrive, we are going to roll initiatives.
Do we have
Alrighty.
advantage from the dagger?
Yep. You have advantage. You hear the thunderous stomping of a mammoth.
So I'm gonna go with my 9 rather than my 6.
Okay.
I got 15.
Hell yeah.
Alrighty. So, Vass, you get to start us off.
Hey, that's what I was hoping for. That's not what I was hoping for at all. Okay. Well, I will exit so I can see what's going on. And am I able to get out my short bow of melodies?
Yep.
And make some attacks with it?
100%.
Great. I'm gonna attack the priest. It must be B by process of elimination. That's in front of Romulus. And it doesn't matter if it was a reverberating shot or not, because that's a natural one.
Oh no!
I'll try that again. Reverberating shot. Oh my god almighty. That's a 12.
Unfortunately, a 12 is going to miss.
Okay, I'm gonna duck back in this room and take the hide action as my bonus action.
Okay.
I get a 27 on my stealth roll.
Okay. It is going to come to Sarasanda's turn. Sarasanda, with a quick agility to the chaos, grabs her silver sword and will take 2 swings. The first at the priest right in front of her, and then the second at the priest in front of Romulus. Fortunately, her first attack is going to miss. But her second attack will hit. Alright. Was that amount of damage, and that's it for Sarasanda's turn. As Zula, we come to you. You had the sound of mammoth stomping from your weapon. You know that a fight is happening before you can even hear the clashing of weapons. What would you like to do?
Yes. Zula is going to run up. I'm going to grab her. And she has 55 movement.
Yeah,
so
you can get there.
Yeah, she's got plenty. She'll get right here, and she will start swinging on B.
Go for it. Oh, yeah.
26.
Definitely hits.
And I'll throw a stunning. Yeah, I'll throw a stunning strike. Why
Yeah.
not? I got plenty of focus points. DC. If I can find it. DC 17.
We got a
If stunned,
12.
Can they not take reactions?
Yeah, because stun gives incapacitated.
Okay.
But yeah,
Oh, sorry. Were they stunned?
yeah, it was only a 12.
Awesome.
All right. Romulus, for your turn, if you could not be in the square you're on at the end of it, so I can move into it on my turn, I want to do something.
Alrighty.
We'll see how those dice roll.
Okay. Ominous.
Zula will continue her onslaught.
Heck yeah.
Uh, 20 hit.
Oh, for sure.
And then I'll burn another key point to do Fury of Blows.
Okay. Yeah, and that 20's gonna hit. And does enough damage that Priest B is down.
Oh,
Yeah, Zula just kicks up, and then it just enters like a shadow realm as she flies into the air.
Lovely.
Alrighty, and then with my last 2 strikes, Zula will round over and hit. Can I hit C from here, or is the wall in the way?
I would say,
Otherwise, I can go here.
yeah, I'd say you go there for more, because the corner is gonna make it difficult.
Okay, no problem. Alrighty, I'll attack C.
Unless the coolness of my thing has been superseded, so I no longer have to do that.
Well, I'll just take the opportunity attacks. I'm at full health. I'll be okay. So 30,
Yep.
and then last attack. 19.
19 will still hit.
Awesome. Alrighty, and that is everything Zula can do. Zula will step back
All right.
and take the 2 opportunity attacks.
They are gonna go for you.
Awesome.
That is a 13 from Priest A, which I'm pretty sure
Okay.
misses.
That will miss.
And a 10 is definitely gonna miss, so don't worry about it.
Oh, I was hoping they'd hit so I could use my deflect attack, but never mind.
We've got more fights in store. It's fine.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I was just gonna. It was my trap card. Oh, that's my turn.
All right, we've got Romulus. Your turn.
Cool. Cool. We're cleaning up house.
Where's the house cleaning up you?
The work team. Oh wow, that sounded gruesome. I want to use a third level spray of cards.
Okay.
DC 20. Dex.
Sure. Okay. Neither of them succeed.
$19 force damage. And can I move right here
Yeah, for sure.
or no?
Yeah, you can move through
Okay.
your friendlies. It's just considered half movement. Difficult terrain and
Cool.
whatnot.
I will. Oh, then I'll just stick where I am since you can just move on up. Or
Yeah.
no, me might move. Sorry. Yeah.
All right. Anything else from Romulus?
Nope.
All right. Our Priest A is going to go, and yeah. You know what? As Priest A is grabbing the blade's hilt from their dagger, the other hand reaches out in the direction of Romulus. The bolt of necrotic energy misses, and in that same moment, the priest raises the soul blade and tries to stab Sarasanda right in the chest. But misses. Sarasanda is able to deflect and move out of the way. As Hugh, it is now your turn.
Okay. Cool thing I wanted to do is now obsolete, so I'm just going to go up to Priest A.
Okay.
I assume my Hunter's Mark got broken by being asleep, so I'm going to cast a fresh one on.
Okay.
And stab. That's going to be a 23 to hit.
Oh, for sure.
The second one will be a crit.
Yes, 2 hits.
So that one and that one, the regular weapon damage. You will get 1 dreadful strike in. There will be the double
It's not fun for this world.
force damage and fire damage.
And Priest A is no more, leaving just 1 priest left.
Okay. You then moves in to block their way.
Okay. As it comes to their turn, blade in hand, they're going to try and stab Hugh. With a 23 to hit Hugh.
I will be deflected. That's
Alright.
at least my reaction.
Alright, so as you deflect that, they are going to run, risking Sarasanda's attack of opportunity. And let's get her swing. She fumbles so hard. As this priest, eyes set on you, Zula, again, raises the dagger high, and is going to try and slash at you with it. Zula, that is going to be a miss. Don't worry about it.
Where is your god?
Vas, we will come to you.
Okay. I'm gonna get into the hallway and I'm gonna take some more bow shots.
Go for it.
I don't know. I have to step into his line of sight in order to do it, so I don't think my hiding last time is gonna benefit me here.
No, but you do have allies,
That's
so...
okay. That is okay. That's a 28 to hit. This is a reverberating shot. So it's gonna do like a sneak attack on there also.
Mhm.
I can find it on my sheet. Here it is. Okay, so that'll be 19 points of piercing and 5 points of thunder.
And the last priest falls. And with that, you are no longer bound to initiative, if the battle music will decide to stop. Here we go. But in the aftermath, you do see that Sarasanda, and you had seen how she had fought in the battle before. It was reckless. Most of her attacks not hitting, and the ones that did dealing massive amounts of damage. But now she seems worn out. That slump in her shoulders coming back, her breath almost ragged.
I will burn a first level cure wounds on her. Does she look damaged? Like, is she damaged or is she just exhausted?
She looks more exhausted than hurt.
Okay.
I mean, she still shows
Then
some wear and tear from earlier encounters, but no, she doesn't seem near death, just worn out.
Mm-hmm. Like, you want to take a breath here? I'm accessories onto that.
Oh, okay. I wanted to make sure if you were asking the group. She looks back at you and perhaps that is what is needed. Sorry, I know that perhaps doesn't quite answer your question.
I guess we can set up camp in this small room for a short rest. That work for everybody else?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
As you're able to commandeer the children's room for a short rest, Sarasanda sort of stands in the doorway. she just sort of steps in. She doesn't really say anything, closes the door, and like leans up against the closed door.
You can use one of the beds. There's no shame in it. You're exhausted, and if you need just even an hour of rest, you can kind of look out for you while you rest.
It's more that the soul is weary than my body.
Have you had any luck on your end for the cultist you're looking for?
She looks down and for Vash and Zula, there are a wash of different emotions that you can see playing in Sarasanda's eyes. But all she really does is shake her head in response to Ramius' question.
Can Zula do an insight check onto is she? I don't know. Like, what's her vibe going on? I guess.
Yeah, go ahead, roll an insight check.
Alrighty. Well, I do have advantage, so let me roll that again.
You do have advantage, this is correct.
There we go, 20. That's a lot better than a 1.
With a 20, what you can see, disappointment is the main thing that you see in Sarasanda's face. You don't know if it is because she seems to have not had any luck. Maybe she's even failed in whatever mission she came here for, but you'd also notice that there, beneath the disappointment, is anger. There is also a bit of grief.
Did the hostage die that we
You had a body that you were carrying, but when you woke up next to the cultist's well, you did not have the nursemaid. She was already sacrificed, and you don't know what has happened to her body after waking up elsewhere.
Oh, Zula will take off her mask and did you fail in your objective? Because I failed too. And Zula will have some tears coming down her face.
As Zula, you remove your mask, show this vulnerability. Sarasanda looks over to you. I guess I did fail. I am in the process of failing, it seems. I joined the All-Mist Inquisition. And it seems that in the time that I was joining my order, my father was joining one of his own, the priests of Ozypus. And I dare not repeat what I've seen him do in the cult's name, but I did not do as I should have. Not the first time. I failed then. And I thought I had heard that he would be here today, which is why I came. I haven't seen him. I haven't been able to confront him and serve justice as I should have. So yes, so I failed.
I'm so sorry, but what your father does is not any indication you. I mean,
Sorry,
you're
there was
not
a
our
delay.
father's. Oh,
You guys learned a secret.
ooh, nice.
Dun, 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 dun,
Dun,
dun.
dun, dun, dun.
But go ahead, continue.
How many secrets do we have again?
You have a number of them. You'll find out more
It
later.
doesn't seem like it's.
It is not so much that it's not so much that it's my father, but it is that I viewed him as a father when I should not have. I should have arrested him the first time. I've learned better since then.
Is that why you wanted to do this alone?
And she nods.
Were you alone the first time you confronted your father?
I was alone when I confronted him, and when I failed to arrest him. I've been trying to right that wrong.
Is she leaning? Is she like leaning on the ground? Is she sitting on the ground, leaning up against the door, or is she like standing, leaning against?
She's still standing, but she is putting her weight against the door.
I walk up to her and I say this. I hate to sound like a broken record, but we can help you. I will help you. You don't have to do this alone. And yes, you're right. Before you say it, this is not our fight to fight. But you were alone the last time. But this time you don't have to be. If he is here, you don't have to confront this demon by yourself. It's people in your situation. They don't. They want to, you know, burden the whole world with on their shoulder, when simply asking for help go a long way.
Sarsana takes a deep breath.
I read.
And she looks to Romulus. And then she looks to Zula. To Bass and to Hugh.
Bass say something when she looks towards him.
For sure.
This is not a good place to be alone.
I had given you my word.
I reach out. Oh, sorry.
But the next time our paths crossed, I would join with you. I do not know that help is in the cards. I have not found Gallius, my father. I have scoured this place. If he is here, I will take your help. But I will not ask for you to search for him like I must.
We scoured the entirety of the bottom basement. There wasn't really else anywhere to go forward, at least that we could tell. We've been throughout the house ourselves.
Then perhaps he is just
But
not here.
surprisingly, perhaps, but these cultists of Octopus keep showing up, even though we've been through every room. But there's also something strange going on. There's when we tried to leave out, the room that was with the wolf den downstairs, we were transported to like a long dining table, and I believe an aberration of Strahd was there. It wasn't clear. The way he spoke made it seem like he wasn't there. He said, "If you want to leave, to find him." An axe.
How
I don't
long
know if that.
ago, or how long has it been since you last saw us? Us will ask Sarasanda.
Perhaps maybe not quite half an hour.
Does that add up with the last time we saw her for us?
Yep, that tracks.
Okay.
It doesn't seem that you've lost any time.
Okay. Hmm. I'll say this: we got to be careful of entering rooms and going downstairs. We could be transported again. And I kind of looked back to Vast and I was like, Vast, you said after me and Hugh drunk the goblets, you tried to rouse us, but we weren't there, like we were illusions.
Yeah, it was like you guys were illusions. I think he's playing mind games.
Well, I know I was there, so I'm assuming either whatever we did was it. I guess it might have been the correct thing to do.
We might
Because you
just
said you were attacked by
later.
bats, right?
It was, yes.
Which means I feel like that's like either a consequence of not doing the task or something.
I mean,
I don't. I don't.
I did spill the contents of my goblet on the floor right in front of him. So
Mm,
maybe he was a little bit irritated with me.
I respect that. Hey, this man is rude. I don't like him.
Putting it mildly, yes. Um,
oh, I
before
will
the
warn.
short rest is over.
Go ahead.
before the short rest is over, Vass is going to play something quick on the viol. They'll probably do like the creepy organ music, but like on the viol. And all y'all, including Sarasanda, will get a heroic inspiration.
Hmm.
Yay!
Oh, nice.
Do I get double heroic
Yay.
inspiration?
No.
Oh.
Zula will also have something for short rest. Let's see. You can all add an extra D8 to your hit dice. So whenever you roll your hit dice, you can roll an extra D8 for replenishing meal. And how many do we have in our party?
Including the NPC, 5.
5? Okay, I'll subtract 5. And Zula will bake her diva brownies. They are divine.
If only you didn't have a heroic inspiration already.
Are we allowed to roll hit dice now?
Yeah, go for it.
Yay.
Nice. Yeah, I'm back. I'm almost back to full.
Heck yeah.
If only I can do something about these spell slots. Alright.
There's one thing you can do about those spell slots.
Got a
use
1 on my D8.
Oh no!
I am not back to full.
You were not a fan of the brownies. They weren't the best sellers at the bakery.
Vass preferred the scorpion sucker.
Giggity. I will burn the last of my sorcery point, my last 3 to gain a second level spell slot back.
Okay.
Best I can do.
Alright.
Sometimes I wish I was a warlock.
At this point, your short rest goes by. An hour passes. Nothing else strange has happened. What do you do from here,
Alright.
adventurers?
After making sure everyone's squared up, I guess.
Did Zula scout out any other exits
Uh,
when she was down here?
you did not see any other exits besides the main one. There are windows, but when you have looked out or stood upon balconies, all you've seen is heavy mist that surrounds the house.
Alright, Sarasanda. We've gotten what we retrieved here for. Oh, also, I was going to warn her that the longer we stay here, we could be attacked by a impaler demon devil.
Oh, I need to check on that. Thank you for reminding me.
Oh no. I'm sorry, guys.
Also, there's something Vass wants to do before we leave this room specifically.
Okay. Also, don't worry about my stuff. I've already done what I needed to do.
And can Vass walk over to the house, like the little mini replica of Death House?
Yeah?
Can he look to see if Strahd is anywhere in this house? Oh no.
You
Oh
don't
no. Come
see
find me and tell me. Where is he?
you don't see any figurines in the little miniature house?
Okay, it was worth a shot.
Alright.
I asked Sarsana, it's like, so are you gonna stay here and look for your father, or are you gonna try to find an exit?
I told you I would help you. I plan to keep my word.
Well, we found. I'll show her the rod piece. We found what we need to find. Unfortunately, we had the milkmaid's body, but once we were in that strange dining hall, we lost track of it.
Well, it seems that you have been having issues getting out. I can, again, provide assistance where we don't know if there are still dangers that are wandering these halls.
Yeah, we're under the impression that Strahd has made his presence here, so we must be very careful.
I think we all heard the front door lock, right?
You did, yes.
All right.
Man, he's
I guess
really
we'll.
full of himself. I guess he really wants us to ask him to leave, huh?
I thought vampires were supposed to ask if they could come in, not you were supposed to ask vampires if you could leave.
You are in his domain.
He's very full of himself, I can already tell.
Listen, he made it so that every deed has his name on it.
He's minted on
He
the
doesn't need
on the
permission.
currency.
Still
So,
rude. All right, I guess head down the stairs.
all right. As Romulus heads downstairs, once more it seems that Romulus steps into mist and disappears.
God dang it! Next
Okay,
time,
so we
do
know
it
not
though.
to go that way.
Wow.
It's either this way or back down to the basement. Maybe it'll be better this time.
Zula will fall backwards into the mist.
There's a word for that.
To the abyss.
And Sarasanda
Told me.
follows as well. So, you find yourselves now not within a massive hall. Instead, you find yourselves. I can pull up my map. You find yourselves in what looks to be a field outside, you see countless headstones dotting this barren landscape, far, far out, as far as you can see, as this pale moon, full, looms over the horizon, filling the sky.
Oh.
Ooh, I know this nightmare, guys. It's gonna be our names on the tombstones. Watch. Zula Zula's like hitting your guys' hands excitedly. I love this one.
Please, it couldn't be that cliche. I look around.
I love this one. The Iron Shadows did this to me as a child. It's so fun.
Uh, the first, uh, the first name you see is old. You can barely sort of recognize what it says, but you can make it out eventually. Eden.
I guess I'll just keep going down the line, see if anything pops out that looks familiar or a clue about the house. Any names that say dirt?
Zula's looking for her name. Just running up and down.
Uh, Zula, I'm gonna say that that's an investigation check. Um,
Hell yeah.
Romulus, I'm gonna say perception just to kind of see if anything, just jumps out at you.
Yay, I'm so
Oh,
good at that.
I won the net
Cass
20.
will,
Well,
Cass will go down the other line.
All right.
Does Zula see a name that's somewhat like hers, and she goes like, maybe he misspelled it.
um, Zula, you see a name. It 4 letters, ZA, and it's like this is yours, and then you go and you wipe off the dirt, and it's actually Zeta.
Oh, that's bullshit. I hate Zeta.
Oh, so you
So
restart
Zeta gets a tombstone.
so you restart the process of trying to find your name, Zula. Um, I'm Romulus.
mhm.
You do see something that pops out at you. A tombstone. Not quite as
Uh-huh.
decayed as the others. Still covered in dirt and whatnot. But you would notice the inscription on the back half of it. Uh, you would notice 3 letters. BIS.
I love that band. BIS.
That is the last 3 letters that you can see under the grime.
Son of a. I wipe off the front part of it.
Romulus Nubius greets you on the headstone.
I shout the F word very loudly. She was right.
Oh, you found yours first. Damn it.
Which is it? Does it matter what grave it is, or
No. In the map, no. This is just kind of a visual.
okay? Does it say? It just says my name. No.
It says your name, and you would notice
Well,
that the ground that you stand on is not tightly packed,
Mm.
as if recently disturbed.
Where to Anubis if there's a zombie me that pops out when I dig this, someone's getting a foot up somewhere. I start digging.
The rest of you, having heard Romulus, and now seeing him dig, uh, each of you would eventually, scattered throughout the space, find a grave that bears your name.
Zula's gonna take her dagger and carve into the tombstone hottest hobgoblin.
Hell yeah.
Nailed it.
I'm curious what first name is provided for his stone. Is it his full name or his nickname?
Full name.
I already know this is a fake grave. It's not written in the language of my people.
You eventually reach the lid of a casket. A coffin sits in your grave, Romulus.
Is it a basic coffin?
Oh yeah, wood.
I'm insulted. Completely insulted. This is just, you know what? I ready a sword and I open the coffin.
As you open the coffin, you hear the creak of the wood. You smell the stench of stale air, and it's empty.
No, it's a little anticlimactic. Wait, is Sarasanda with us or is it just us?
Uh, you do not see Sarasanda here in your dream. Oh,
Green.
Vass knock his tombstone over.
sure.
Just like puts a boot up against it and just pushes it.
Yeah, give me a
Out.
strength check.
I'm not gonna go well.
Can I give the help action?
Yeah, yeah.
He strains his ankle.
I'm just imagining like as Zula's finishing like the last letter of hottest hobgoblin sees this and is like, oh yeah, rushes over to help. Yeah, go ahead, you can get the
Is
help
it
action.
is it straight strength or athletics or what are we looking at?
I'll let you roll in
That makes it
athletics, and since Zula's helping, I'll give you advantage.
okay.
I think Zula like sees you and then just goes up and shoulder checks you in the back to help you shift it over.
Yeah.
I got you.
You're
It's a 15.
yeah, so like you struggle a bit until you feel like that shoulder in the back, and then it just jolts you enough to where it doesn't fully go over, but you do start to hear the breaking of the ground and some of the roots of the grass clumped along the bottom of your headstone come up quite easily because, disturbed ground beneath your feet.
Well, I'm just trying to see if I have. Oh, for dramatic effect, Ass subtly casts thaumaturgy to cause harmless tremors in the ground. 1 minute around his tomb.
So, interesting.
Very defiant little demon, huh?
As Vas, you create your thaumaturgy. For a few seconds, just small tremors. And then, as if the whole world shakes, there are these violent vibrations beneath everyone's feet that settle in about just the same time that it takes for thaumaturgy just to.
I kind of go to Vast real quick, and I was like, Vast, I hope you can consider me a friend. Um, and I don't want to step on toes. And this does come from a place of ignorance. I don't know the trauma that you went through here. And I get it. It's he's playing mind game, but if we agitate him, it could make things worse and we could be stuck here forever. And I know for a fact, and I will bet gold on it, that you do not want to be stuck here forever. I understand the rage. I don't know the rage that you feel, but I understand it. I respect it and I get it. But let's not upset our host too much for the time being. If it seems like we're being strung along for a little bit too long, then by all means be as disrespectful as possible. But let's play this game and get an audience with this ancient man of the land. And if it comes to facing,
Yeah, let's hear it.
I'll say,
Okay.
I'll say if it comes to us facing him, you're not here alone. Just as I said to Star Tonda, we're here and we got your back, okay?
When Romulus brings up the potential of being stuck here forever, Vass stops cold. Just kind of freezes. He doesn't say anything. He hears Romulus out and he just nods without saying anything.
I kind of silent nod of recognition and can I do like a try to get into the mind of a vampire psychopath and try to do an insight to figure out potentially what you want, what this game is?
I would say. Let's go with a investigation instead for purposes of mechanics here.
Okay.
But this is welcome to anyone who wants to make that roll.
Hey man, I gotta stop rolling on my big behind stream something because this is ridiculous.
Got a dirty 20.
That's still stuck in that freeze. You don't want to be here longer than you need to. You don't even want to be here as long as you need to. It's a game. Or at least that's how Romulus put it. Strahd is toying with you. You have to find the thread. You think back to your last encounter, the gauntlets, and how as soon as your companions drank from them, they were not quite there anymore, leaving you alone. Maybe finding whatever equivalent in this scene, interacting with it. And then you look back to Romulus at his grave, now dug open with an empty coffin.
You gotta get inside the coffins. You gotta play along.
Oh. Okay.
Oh. He spins around his F-stock and then sheaths it. Slings his shield over his back. Now let's get started. I want to stab this guy and get home for dinner.
So
I'll help everyone. I'll help whoever wants to dig their coffin. I'll help dig their coffin so it goes a bit quicker.
Zula would like to put one of her fake names on the tombstone because she doesn't want to play Strahd's game. She'll play her own game.
yeah, for sure.
Because if she's gonna kill somebody, she's gonna kill one of her fake identities. That's how she's logically gonna put it.
I need to get like the magic paints for Zula so Zula can actually make the fake name on her grave. But yeah, no. Carving Zula's fake name in there, one of the fake identities. Each of you able to dig up and open, each of you finding an empty coffin. You're able to, when you are ready, step in.
On the count of 3.
Zula casts darkness and then jumps in.
As you step in and lie down within your coffin. It takes a few moments. Blinking. And you are looking at not black, but white. It's shaded. And it's a little hard to breathe, a little stuffy, as you find yourselves not terribly far from where you left. And underneath different sheets that you can pull off of yourselves. But you seem to be alive, no longer in the graveyard. And as you're able to get your bearings and look around, I'm going to say we'll take a little break here. So, as we come back, yeah, you guys are beneath the sheets and the storage room, uh, and are able to take the sheets off, layer them atop some of the furniture here.
Do we feel any different? Last time we were parched.
This time, no.
I call out for Sarasanda.
As you call out for Sarasanda, you hear her voice call back from below.
I stick one foot out.
It doesn't disappear into the mist. And of course, you all are able to see as Romulus walks normally. As you follow down and move through the door, following Sarasanda's voice into the room here, you see that she's coming out from the balcony, looking very confused.
Did you get teleported?
Yes, I woke up from a strange dream right over the edge, looking down into the mist. Let us just journey onwards. This is odd, but so far, a bit of confusion is better than any sort of battle.
Certainly better than having to crawl into your own tomb.
Let's hope that
I guess
so, yes.
downstairs was the spiral staircase.
Yeah, if you'd like to go down the spiral staircase.
How far of a drop is it?
I have that number. I need to find it though. About 15-foot drop.
Zula jumps off the ledge. I can reduce the falling damage by 70, so.
Yep.
And I want to avoid this mist crap. I will not fall for your game, Strahd.
So, and now you are infinitely falling.
I'm smart. You see, I launch a grappling hook and then jump down.
All right. So, Zula drops down all the way there.
I mean, if we're not getting stopped by any weird mist type teleportation crap, I go all the way down.
Okay.
All right, let's do it. At some point, there has to be there's bound to be a boss battle around here somewhere.
I love
What's this
you.
boss battle you speak of? So.
Zula does stay in a Black Widow pose until everybody sees her, and then she gets up.
It's like Zula's standing there waiting, hearing the footsteps, waiting more. Beautiful.
It is clearly that she landed a while ago and waited.
I love it. Yep, you guys make it down to the first floor where you had the battle with the suits of armor. Or, well, some of you did. Some of you avoided it.
Okay. Everyone ready to leave this place?
Do you even have to ask?
Romulus is saying that out loud, but deep down in the back of his mind, I know there's about some BS about to happen. But he opens the door and I guess sticks his foot out.
Well, you open the foyer door, and you see the main door standing there in front of you. The latch on it closed, locked.
I
You
still
go.
stick my foot out
Yep.
slowly and try to
You walk normally.
enter the foyer.
Yeah.
You do the hokey pokey, turn yourself around.
I tried the door, the main door.
It does not budge.
Strength check, athletics.
As you push against it, trying to test the give, it is like pushing against a wall.
Mm.
Did you try unlocking it?
I try unlocking it.
As you try and pull against the latch again, it is like trying to move a wall. Unyielding.
May we leave, please?
Zula kicks the door. Magic bullshit.
There's no response to either Zula's kicking or Vass's ask.
Uh,
Did we notice any other areas of mist in the house when we were on our way downstairs?
I believe that you guys were quite adamant in just trying to get down instead of looking around.
Cass looks in this room. Is it misty in here?
It is not misty in there. It is a dining room.
I asked
Zula will
Sarasama,
jump in here.
any clue on what we should do?
Alright.
It's your
For
field of expertise.
Zula, as you jump into that room, no, it's just the den, the wolf den.
Damn it.
And Romulus, that question was posited towards Sarasanda, yeah?
Yes.
We must investigate, it seems. You said you were looking for mist. What have we experienced with this mist so far?
It sends us to a dream realm of some sort.
So that we can play his game.
The first one was, I guess, about hospitality and accepting it. I don't know. And the second was getting into a grave. I don't know the semblant.
Accepting our
Accepting
own
death.
mortality, accepting that resistance is futile.
I mean, can I roll to see if, like, with my religion, if the burial thing meant anything, or if it's just a sick vampire getting his kicks?
Sure, roll a religion check on that.
Obvious.
Pretty confident on the answer of this, but you know.
Why not? I'll let you roll dice.
Doesn't hurt to, throw
16.
math rocks.
It doesn't really seem to have too much sort of semblance in the long scheme. Seems to just be some way to play with his food.
You
Well,
have to find him to ask him to leave. So eventually, maybe he'll be in one of these places. So I think we just have to keep going into the mist.
Well, how do we find the mist?
It seems to be randomly in some certain rooms, it looks like.
Let us
So
search rooms.
speed run. Check every entrance way in downstairs before we go upstairs.
Zula's gonna take her dagger and start stabbing the wall. Be like, Strahd, come talk to me. I'm gonna fuck up your house until you talk to me. You liked playing with your food? Well, I'm spicy.
As you stab into the wall, it's strange. It's almost like putty. After like a few stabs, the older ones start to reform and close.
Oh, it doesn't even make that fun. Damn it.
All right.
Strahd.
Yeah, I'll do a speed run and check all the rooms down here to see if anything leads anywhere.
You don't see anything on the ground floor. Yeah, Strahd Vanzarovich, known for being a fun guy.
Zula
Just
will
because
go
you're a
up,
bad
go
guy
up
does
the
not mean you have to be a
stairs.
bad guy. Yeah.
First time I think I've ever heard someone call Strahd a mushroom.
Alright, so you guys have some doors up here on the second floor.
Well, I guess since this is the first door, I'll check this one.
Guys, Romulus, you go up and enter the first door you see. What should be the servants' quarters. Romulus disappears as if stepping through mist.
God dang it! Happens to me every single time.
You
Well,
take
he's
the
got
lead.
that one. Should I try the other door? No, I'm kidding. I'll go. Then Zula will run behind him.
Yeah. There we go again.
Alright, so as you disappear one after the other, kind of a little more in sync at this time. Let's go. You find yourself as guests or more apt audience members, as what you see is a small sort of concert space. It's a parlor, dimly lit. You are coming to at the edge of it. Around you, you see 8 spectral figures. They are in sort of rapt attention watching this pale man at a harpsichord as he slowly plinks out a haunting elegy. And you have been in this room before, you think. It's near exact to the conservatory that you had been in before, where you had been attacked by the chandelier. And while you recognize that, you would notice that the doors and the windows here, what you see through them is nothing. A void of black.
And Vass move into the room adjacent somewhere to the person playing the harpsichord. Can he take out his viola and try and play along with them?
As you get closer with the intention of trying to play along, you would notice something about the musician playing. It was hard to notice from the angle that you had entered in. But now that you stand next to it, you would notice that the pale man is very much a figure of Strahd once more. Not quite as regal as he was in the dining room table, but still very much recognizable.
Vass will swallow the bile that's threatening to come up. He'll sort of nod politely and attempt to play along with his viol.
Roll me a performance.
Oh my god, this has never happened to Vass before in his life, ever.
You got heroic inspiration, right?
And I can give it to allies.
Well, if any allies would like to...
Technically, I had extra, so I could have gave you mine.
Yeah, I'll let it
Is that a
slide.
thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so, right?
Yeah, you can't have more than one, but you can give it to someone who is lacking.
Okay, that's a 31.
Jesus.
Alright. So, you all watch as Vass steps forward and draws his viol, listens to the melody for a moment, and begins to play in sync with it, tuning in, creating this lovely harmony. And as there is a moment where the two musicians move in sync, there is this, at the closure, a sigh almost from the spectral audience. And through the doors here, the edge, the void begins to dissipate. It doesn't show you much, but it becomes this misty gray rather than bleak, empty nothing.
This is an exit?
They are a set of doors that before showed empty void and now have a gray, foggy experience outside of it.
I drag Zola. I'm just kidding. Like shove.
Zula was looking at the chimney for an exit, so she was about to go up the chimney.
Looking at the fire and being like, I can get over that.
I could jump that. Fire
I
will
can
not
think it.
stop me.
I guess. Anyone else want to step in before me, or is it just this is what we're doing? Me going
Zula
ahead of
jumps
everyone
in.
else. Yeah,
Okay.
that's Trooper.
As Zula jumps in, uh, Zula can no, you know what? Don't worry about that. You find yourself as you walk out, as if nothing happened. You walk out of what looks to have been a different room on the same level, as if you had left the actual conservatory that the spectral space uh, reminded you of.
I should have took the chimney.
Spectral spectators didn't even leave any tips.
It was
It's all
rude.
phantom money.
I would have had Strahd's face on it anyway.
Oops, didn't mean to grab you. So we're back in the port. Is Sora Sonda still here, or do I need to call out to her?
You would see Sarasana here.
Okay. Why is it separating us?
I do not know. Perhaps there. It is strange. You seem to remember what goes on in these mists, but do not. Just wake up as if having slept with no recollection, no rest either.
Maybe Strahd doesn't see you as food that he wants to play with first. Don't know if that's a blessing or not.
Well, seeing as she entered out of that room, I guess we'll try the other room across here.
Entering the
And if
study,
nothing happens,
nothing happens.
okay. Well, I guess we have to keep trying more rooms.
Yep. Would you like to go upstairs again?
No, but we kind of have to.
Alright.
Um, I asked Sarah Sunday since she's over by that door if she can try it. That one.
So as Sarasanda moves towards this door, steps in, disappears as if walking through mist.
Okay. Running start.
And Romulus disappears.
Zula will do a cartwheel.
We gotta have some type of fun with this.
Gus just resignedly stomps his way in. He's not having fun. Although playing the viol is pretty cool. Strahd wasn't bad at the harpsichord, Vass has to admit.
Have to give him props.
Reluctantly.
When you step through this door and move through the mists and whatnot, you find yourself in a room that is filled with creepy dolls and monstrous stuffed animals and misshapen toys. You see the two children that you had seen outside in the middle of this doorless, windowless room. It's sort of appear in. And they are weeping uncontrollably. Tears, large. They run down the faces and pool in these impossible quantities on the floorboards.
Do they look like? Are they like voodoo dolls?
No, these are like, well, to you, Zula, this is the first
or
time.
just children dolls.
Zula, like, these are children that are like actual children that are crying like this. There's all sorts of toys around them in this room, but the two crying figures are children. Though this is your
There's
first
actual kids here.
Yeah, this is the first time
God.
you're seeing them. But the other three had seen them
no.
before.
I was like, guys, it's okay, we're here. And I try to like gently, calm them down.
Zula, seeing two strangers she doesn't know, puts her devil mask on.
The kids, for a moment, Romulus, you think you might have had them as there was a sort of hitch in their breath, but then either coincidentally or who knows, as Zula puts on the devil mask, these kids are inconsolable. The tears come back, crying in like full force. Romulus, what's your passive perception?
My passive
Yeah.
perception is low as mess and non-existent. It's a 9.
Okay. You would definitely notice this though. Q.
Yep.
The water, the tears, that pool on the floorboard seems to be growing.
Okay. How quickly is it growing?
It pretty quickly. About every minute it's starting to get larger, and probably start filling this room if something isn't done quick. It's starting to like rise up to like not quite ankle level, but it's like starting to pool, like splashing around on the soles of the boots everybody's wearing, unless you're wearing sandals and like squishing your toes in it.
And
Uh, okay, go ahead.
Vass try and do a minor illusion of uh his dog Cerberus. I from when he was like a teenager. Like he just looks happy and he's just going up to the kids and like plopping down and just tongue lolling out and just trying to be adorable.
Unfortunately, the kids keep crying.
Okay.
Zula grabs the penguin next to her and uses it to absorb the water.
As you go to grab the penguin and like try and sop up some of the water, um, there's like this really pathetic sort of squeak that gets drowned out from the penguin, so it sounds horrifying, and the kids cry more.
Zula considers stunning strike the children, but then she thinks of her mother and then sits down on the bed.
Zula, Zula, sweetie,
Yes,
I need a favor.
anything.
Stop doing stuff because you're making this worse.
What could I possibly be doing?
Stairs and stab. Um, uh, can I look at the toys and see maybe this is the test to find the match what toy would go to what child?
Roll me an investigation check.
I might need help, guys. Anybody want to help me? Because I only have like a +1 to investigation.
I will cast guidance on you.
I'll give the
Yeah.
help action.
Wow. Oh, the help action? Cool. Then I'll take that other role I could do.
Something,
And
something,
wow.
two heads.
And
I'll give you a bardic.
Send all missile.
D8.
Unleash the silo.
D8, yes.
Just glowing with magical energy.
13.
Oh my god. I quit.
Would you start crying too?
So with the 13,
Yeah.
as you're looking around, it's, you know, they're kids. The toys, just toys and kids. It doesn't really seem to have like one that is specific to either of them. But something catches your eye. A toy you've seen before. A Strahd doll. And you recall Vass messing around with a Strahd doll quite like this one. The head came off.
I tried to remove the head of this one. If there's like a secret note, clue, anything.
As you grab this doll that's now starting to float in the water that the tears have begin to pool up front, and you open the sort of doll container, take the head off. You see a bath drain at the center of the doll. And the water begins to spiral, down, 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 pulling you all along with it through the drain that is the Strahd doll. When you wake up, you are. The first thing you would realize is that you are sated. You feel full, as if you had just ate a large meal. The second thing that you would notice is that you are covered in crumbs, seated as you look around at the table in the dining room, though you don't see any food on the table.
Instant vegetation.
Oh, great. We're back downstairs.
Oh, it makes sense now. We're supposed to use the table to ram it through the door. Quick, everybody grab a side.
I look at Zola with the look of someone trying to figure out how they've lived this long. And I was like, Sarasanda, you don't remember where you were?
I do not know. I do not know if that is perhaps better or worse.
Agreed. Well, since we're downstairs, let's try the front door again. Or if it doesn't work, I guess we'll have to go back upstairs and I guess maybe go back to the basement, see if there's another secret entrance that we missed or exit.
As
I will
you
cautiously step out the front door or out this door.
as you open that door and step out, you would see that you are not alone.
Oh,
As standing there in front of the fireplace, inspecting it, is none other than the master of the house himself, Strad Vanzarovich. You would notice two other figures here. One watching from the stairs, the other watching from the door that leads to your exit. As you're all able to sort of congregate in the main hall. So, intruders into my realm. We finally meet. From the way that the villagers spoke about you, I expected you to be more impressive. Oh, but I am forever disappointed with the insects that think themselves worthy of it. And as he says this, his eyes flick over to you, Vass. I suppose I could entertain myself with this joy. Then his eyes turn over to Sarson. You, however, I will permit you to flee this place. But only if you do so immediately. And you never return. And Sarasanda looks between Strahd and the rest of you.
I look at her and I give her the. I don't know if she can read the look on my face of like, you know, I understand if she like to save her life, I'm not going to be angry at her, but like to just go if, if that means she can get out.
As there is this moment between the two of you, your eyes lock. Sarasanda looks to Strahd and they are members of my order. If I am permitted to leave, so are they. And Strahd turns his attention towards your crew. What? Is this true?
Um, yes, we are.
Alright. Romulus, roll me a deception check.
Oh, Lord. Oh, wait, sorry. Clicked on the wrong thing. Um, okay, indie beyond. Not good. Wow.
It's the same number. Okay. As you present yourself, trying to make Strahd believe your words, knowing they are false, but hoping it is not. You would all hear that same dark laughter that you had heard on the exit of your first dream, your first haunting. Oh, you must think yourself clever to try and lie to my face. Clever you are not,
Okay.
but brave you are. And perhaps you will die an honorable death. As we are going to roll initiatives.
Oh, I was going to try to say something before that, but
I too had something, but I'll let you go first.
I mean, you guys can say stuff here, for sure. We'll see if it changes anything.
Don't forget advantage
Okay.
for initiative.
Yeah.
Can I roll an insight check back from when Strahd singled Bass out? Try and read look on his face.
Yeah, roll an insight check.
29.
He definitely recognizes you.
Quite a while ago.
Probably. Alright, was anyone else gonna do anything here? I mean, initiatives are rolled, but, you know.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if we had to wait till our turn.
Well, if it's actions,
Um,
yes. If it's saying something, you can
Okay.
do that now.
All right. I was like, I'll say that. All right, fine. That was a lie, but if you want the truth, it is honestly in your best interest to let us go, because I don't want to make a lot of assumptions, but I'm pretty confident you like ruling over this place, right?
I am its ruler, whether I like it or not.
Well, if you want to keep being its ruler, you're going to want to actually allow us to leave, because if we feel confident in our skills to fight you, I would rather not. It's already been a long day.
You can join the many
But
who have
there
tried.
there is a threat far greater than dealing with us. And if they get their way, they will rewrite the entirety of the multiverse. And we're your best bet to keep your throne, this dimension, in your control. Because when they rewrite everything, they're rewriting everything. You might not even exist in this rewrite.
Perhaps not. You want to get out of this through me. And unfortunately, my grace is no longer on the table. You.
Fine with me.
Okay. I was gonna wait to my. Oh, it's my turn. Okay.
You
I
start
look
us
at
off.
him. My lord, the courtesy of your halls is lacking. You are lacking. I haven't drawn my weapon. I hold out a hand and put it towards my shield. I'm gonna show you what you've been missing. I cast daylight on Espen's shield.
Nice. And the new daylight spell is actually daylight now. Yay!
Can he do something?
Is there a waterfall?
I don't know if that's just.
Oh, there's running water. Let me grab his head and
Hold
there's
on.
it in there.
That just might be Sirenscape being weird. It's been weird for a little bit. I think that's supposed to be rain. Hold on.
Must be like a deluge.
Yeah. Let me.
Either that or Strahd's relieving himself for the first time in 100,000 years.
I wasn't expecting someone to cast daylight at him.
What do you mean you have daylight?
Let's try that again. There we go. All right. Yeah. It was just Sirenscape being weird. Okay. Yeah. So let's do something here real quick for daylight.
Daylight is mine to command.
There is 60-foot radius, and then another 60.
That's like a house
Yeah.
and beyond.
Yeah. And then I want the sphere. Alright, I guess we're not gonna have battle music. Because the battle of Strahd is acting weird again. I'll work on fixing that after I set up things to be.
Zula hisses like a vampire when the sunlight comes out.
Yeah. Alright, let's actually do it this way, please. I didn't have enough space.
I probably should just use my heroic inspiration to try to roll that deception
Cool.
one more time, but
I'm just it's down. I'm not. There we go. I'm not gonna get the other bit of it. We just got the base one. Damn. All right. So Hugh, that was your action. Anything else?
I can't use a leveled spell as a bonus action. So I'm gonna swap out the big guns and do Nature's Veil to make myself invisible. I'm just a glowing sunlit shield.
What are you doing, Sirenscape?
no, no.
Yeah, I'm gonna beat Sirenscape up after this. All right. So with that, it does become Storm Lazarevich's turn. And
Before I end it, I was gonna say, I've been preparing this for one undead lord. Your practice.
okay.
Hell
As he starts off, I'm going to ask that we get a dexterity saving throw. From everybody.
Got 30.
Got a 29.
Zula's gonna burn.
Oh, don't forget
Key
to add.
point.
You guys can add my charisma mod.
Oh wait, I'll use my.
Oh wait,
heroic
actually, hold on. Yeah. You can add my my charisma mod for your save. Which
what-
is 5 plus 5.
Hey, I got a 34.
35.
Would a 19 save?
A 19 would save.
Oh, thank God.
Unfortunately, a 11 does not. So on a failed save, you are going to be taking 13 points of fire damage and 16 points necrotic, half as much on a successful save.
I'm also gonna drop my absorb elements. This is the one I get as a magic initiative. So I'm gonna absorb the fire.
All right.
Resistant to fire. So I think I take 11 points total.
And I have the monk thing where I.
Oh wait, how much
if I
necrotic damage?
succeed, I take
said?
them.
16.
Its necrotic was 16 damage, yeah. And
You said
then
16?
yeah, 16.
Okay, I just remembered I take half because I have resistance from necrotic.
Yeah, and let me look at daylight. Okay. Cool. Good to know certain things. And then with that,
Was that a persisting thing or was that an instantaneous thing?
it was an instantaneous thing. I was just looking at what could have been done besides that. But that'll be it. That he will do now. And as Strahd's turn ends, Zula, it is now your go.
Zula's gonna mess up this vampire spawn B.
Yeah, go for it.
Start off with a kick. 29.
Yeah, definitely hits.
And I'll throw a stunning strike on. I don't think you can stun undead, but I can't remember. Can you stun undead?
I believe you can. Let me double check though.
You should be able to.
Yeah.
The DC 17 con unless it says it otherwise. If they're immune to being stunned, I just can't remember.
I think certain undead might be immune to it, but
It might be constructs that are immune to it.
I
that
think
I'm thinking of.
specific individual powerful creatures, but I think overall most people or most the enemies are. Why can't I find what I'm looking for? D&D Beyond. I'm gonna beat up technology. Okay, yeah, okay. Not seeing anything against these guys, so let's get a con save. Nope. That is a 21 on the saving throw.
21 saves.
Yeah.
16.
16. Just hits.
Awesome. Dagger attack. 15 probably misses, right?
That is unfortunately a miss.
I'll burn another key point to do Fury of Blows. And do 3 more kicks.
Heck yeah.
Oh, so close to a net 20.
Oh no!
I literally just slid on it.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
And then last attack. And that is Zula's turn.
Beautiful. Yeah, as you move up and you just unleash all sorts of hell upon this vampire spawn, it's looking, weaker, not quite, bruised, but perhaps that is due to its undead nature, as Vas, we come to your go.
Okay. Don't mind me for a moment. Just trying to get myself situated here. How do I...
He left us.
Let's try it.
He left us.
I'm still here. Don't even worry about it. I'm still here. Okay. Here's my... There we go. Okay. And I will make myself concentrating. Because I am going to cast cool spell that didn't end up being as cool last time. So for the second time ever, Unearthly Majesty emanates from Vas. He casts Yolan's Regal Presence. It says whenever the emanation enters the space of a creature I can see, so I'm assuming that happens when I cast it.
Yeah, I'd say so.
So I would like both Spawn and Strahd to make for me wisdom saving throws, and the DC is 18.
Okay. Wisdom save. That's a 23 from Strahd.
Okay.
And A fails. And B gets an 18.
Okay. So, A is prone,
Okay?
and I can also push it 10 feet away. I don't know how that works if I can make it go into the corner.
Yeah, I'd say so.
So A gets pushed as far away as it can get, and there's going to be some damage happening also.
Okay.
Into the wrong spot. Okay, so A is going to take the full amount. That's 17 points of psychic. I'm hoping they can take. And then Strahd and B will take half of that. And they're not prone and they're not pushed.
Okay.
Did any of the psychic register at all?
Seems to.
Okay.
However, at this point, our gracious host is going to take a legendary action here. As Vass's turn comes to an end.
Oh, I got a bonus action.
Oh, do you use your bonus action?
I do use my bonus action. I'm going to give a bardic inspiration to Hugh because I thought what he said to Strahd was badass.
Okay, Hugh has a bardic. Strahd is still going to take the legendary action here, and he is going to move. Even through the daylight, he moves as if a shadow. And this movement does not provoke attacks of opportunity. As he will... How annoying does he want to be? Yeah, you know what? You watch as Strahd begins to, as he moves away, he gets to the wall here, and instead of just following along the staircase, he just starts walking up the wall. And now is just sort of looking down at you all from the corner of this room. And Romulus, it is your turn.
Sorry, I kind of ruined my plan.
Me? Ruining plans? I've never.
Yeah, he knew it was my turn. He knew exactly what I was gonna do. How high up is he?
About 20 feet off from the main floor, I'd say. Hold on, let me actually double check on that. Because I could be reading my map wrong.
I was gonna say Zula can get to him still, so be careful.
He's only about... Actually, I was reading my map wrong. I have no doubt that all of you can still
How
get
much
to him.
movement does he have?
He's... Will you hold on? He's only about, like, 8 feet off the ground because of the stairs.
Okay. So
He had enough movement to get over there. That's my answer.
okay. Cool. All right. I take out the cold flame sword. It ignites with shining radiant energy. For 27.
Yeah, 27 will hit strong.
Okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and get all my attacks out the way. 24. And then natural 20.
Don't forget,
for the
we've got...
third attack with the Nick.
Oh, that was on the Nick, not on the flame. Ah.
Yeah, that was on the Nick. Yeah, unfortunately. But hey, damage is still damage.
Damage is still damage.
I will bonus action use Divine Smite though.
Yeah.
Crit.
That's... I expected that.
Okay. Alright. And then the vicious was, that's gonna be 12.
Alright. And you do get an extra because he is undead for your Divine
Yeah.
Smite.
Yay. Alright, now let me actually roll real Divine Smite at 6th level.
Yeah?
Divine Smite.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been saving this one spell slot for this entire time. There it is.
So that's 42 from the roll plus, hold on, I need to do math.
Yeah, this is gonna be a metric.
Seven times 8 is 56. So
cool. Do you wanna paint a
140.
You did 144 total damage here. Do you want to paint a picture?
Yeah.
Go for it.
I sit there and was like, don't run away now. You had the opportunity to let us go. And I will go past Vass, give him say this is for whatever you've done to my devilishly handsome friend. And I just uppercut with this blade across Grodd's back. Come diagonal with the other blade, and then as if trying to pit a wooden stake through his chest, through the back of his chest, stab him, and then just pour every ounce of divine energy, and just let it erupt through his body.
And it is an eruption as the blade pierces through the back. His body bursts apart as if made of mist and sinks into the floorboards of the death house. house. As you breathe easy, no longer in a fight here, there is that resounding echo of his chuckle as the two other spawn immediately retreat through the front door, which is left open for you all to leave. And I think we will pick up with your final steps out of the death house, hopefully, in our next session.
Quick, check if he has the deed on him. We can sell the house.
I don't know that you can find a deed in Mist.
We can flip it.
It might be a little damp. The ink might be running.